Hey there folks, it's Yaken here from Trend Ground. So welcome back to another review video. Today's device, we are featuring the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, in this video, I'm not going to elaborate too much in terms of like the specification, the features and so on, because this device has already available for quite a while and most of the details are available on the website and also Trend Ground's website as well. Go and read about it. And let's get back to the review over here first. Now, in this video, I only elaborate like things what I like and I don't like about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. So let's start off things with the things I don't like about this Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, the first thing, if you really want my honest opinion about this device, is the lack of updates. Apart from the new hinge, new processor, and some foldable software experience being updated, yeah, that's all. You're still getting the same device from the display, the cameras, the batteries, the charging speed, even the body is still using the same armor aluminum and yeah, pretty much it's still roughly the same. Just apart from that, three things I have mentioned that has been updated to give a little bit much more enhanced experience on the Fold 5. Now, the next thing, definitely I wish the cover display should have been a little bit larger instead of this narrow state. Not I'm going to be bashing it, I still feel it is quite useful to use the current cover display, but having it a little bit larger, it will look much more better in terms of like content consumption and also productivity as well. Now, the next thing I don't like about the Fold 5 is definitely the cameras. Now, don't get me wrong, it produces good photos and videos for the users, but I wish they should have incorporated a flagship sensor on its main camera and other secondary cameras as well. Yeah, that is just what I thought, because you are paying a premium price on this device and you're still getting just slightly above average main camera sensor over here. Now, the next thing I don't like about the Fold 5 is definitely the crease on the foldable display and the speakers itself. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm okay with the crease to be honest, but it has been 5 generations for the Fold series and they still haven't tried to, at the very least, eliminate 80 to 90% of the crease away, whereby the competition is already doing it so well. I wish that Samsung has just keep coming up better solution in terms to like eliminate the crease away. Now, as for the speakers over here, I'm not saying that it doesn't sound well, alright, but I felt that the loudness on this speaker, it could be even better. Yeah, because if you are going to watch a lot of content consumption, you will definitely going to enjoy using this Fold 5. But for me, I felt that the speaker could be even much more louder. Let me just sample you the crease on the foldable display. Yeah, it's really a little bit visible even when you're watching in a full screen on YouTube. And this is the audio itself.
Hey there folks, it's Yaken here from Trend Ground. So today is actually Kawasaki and Moderna's launching the Ninja ZX-25R SE for the Malaysian market. And also this event...
Alright, so now let's move to the part whereby what I like about this Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. First one, the performance over here. So the device is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. Now that chip is really good over here, because in terms of like if you're doing a lot of productivity and mobile gaming, you don't have to worry. The performance is really good over here. So if you're going to do a lot of 4K video editing on this device, like me as a content creator, not a problem. You don't really going to feel any lagginess or slowdown, even if you are editing 4K video with this device. No joke. And most of the videos I always publish on the YouTube channel, they are in 4K videos, and yeah, definitely this powerhouse here, enough to power through any demanding test you are throwing it onto it. And also because it is using a larger heat sink, yeah, the thermals here are really good. Rarely you do feel the heat on the device, even on mobile gaming as well. Yeah, so I have tried out with Genshin Impact gameplay, and the device really hit a very high constant frame rates. And I'm really glad that if you're planning to get this device for mobile gaming, you won't be disappointed, because the power performance on this Fold 5 here is not a joke. Now, with all that performance, it also needs a really good software, and I really love the software on this Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, if you are someone that really loves the desktop feel, yeah, the Galaxy Z Fold 5 gives you a taskbar at the bottom over here. Yeah, and all your important apps are ready to launch, and also the 4 frequent use apps are ready for you to open as well. So that is a really good feature it provides. And also for those who loves to do a lot of multitasking, like opening multi windows as well, you can open a lot of windows over here. That's really good. You can even open like 4 to 5 windows over here. Now, I'm not that kind of person who loves to use a lot of the multi windows. I usually just prefer it to use it as it is, or just switch to another app. So yeah, for me, for day-to-day usage, I still kind of love what does Galaxy Z Fold 5 is offering to the users. Next one I really like is definitely the camera experience. Yes, you have heard just now I am complaining about the camera hardware is still not using any latest camera sensors and so on, blah 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 blah, yada yada. You have watched that, but what Samsung has actually put onto this Fold 5 is the amazing camera software. Yes, and also the computational photography as well. Now, let's touch the point of the camera app itself. So, you all know that foldables, the main highlight is actually to use the rear camera to take your selfie photos. And this time, the camera app is so intuitive that if you just want to take a selfie of your own, all you need to do is just press the button on the left top button there, and then you just unfold it. Alright, and then you are already ready to do your selfie photos, or just do a vlog. See, you can just do a vlog already. I'm already starting a video anyway with the accidental press. So it's really convenient, and you are able to capture really high quality photos and videos with the rear camera. Now, coming back into the computational photography, now because they are using the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, this really enhanced a lot in terms of the processing the photos. Now, the photos, I'm not gonna say they are really going head to head with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, but it still produced a really good photos. No doubt about that. And most of the time, if I do not tell people that this particular photos is being shot with the Galaxy Z Fold 5, I don't think they know about it. Yeah, so that is really amazing. And all the rear cameras here, they are tremendously good. So it has a 50 megapixel main camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and also a 12 megapixel 3x zoom telephoto camera. They work really good. And as for the cover display, is a 10 megapixel selfie camera, selfie from the cover display camera here is good, but most of the time you just don't want to use it because you can just unfold it and use the rear cameras to capture amazing selfie shots. And for the under display camera, now that is actually the weakest link over here. I don't really like the undercover display camera because this 4 megapixel UDC here, the photo quality is still not so convincing for me. I still don't like it. And also there are some limitations as well in terms of like photos and videos as well. And speaking about the videos, now the cover display camera and the rear cameras can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second. That's amazing. Whether you want to do vlogs or whatever, it will deliver the video for you. But the main camera, it can shoot up to 8K 30 frames per second, but I highly doubt that a lot of people are going to shoot in 8K 30 frames per second, especially on their mobile device, because it's going to take up a lot of space on their smartphone. Now, let's not talk about the 8K. Now let's talk back about the video performance. All around the cameras, I would have to say, especially the rear cameras, they perform really good. And even in low light situation, you don't really notice there's too much noise on the video itself. Well, unless if you are really using it in a really dark area with low lighting conditions, yeah, definitely you do notice there's just that slight noise occur, yeah, on your video. And for the selfie camera here, yes, like I say, is able to capture up to 4K 60 frames per second, but most of the time you really don't want to use it because it's so easy to access the rear cameras to capture yourself, and also the cover display screen can become your viewfinder as you hold it. So yeah, most of the time you just forget there's a camera on the cover display itself. And as for the UDC here, the 4 megapixel under display camera, it can capture videos up to 1080p, but it's not too convincing to use it. Alright, yeah, you can shoot up to 60 frames per second, 1080p, but yeah, like I say, it looks a little bit blurry and it's still not so convincing. Last but not least, what I like about the Galaxy Z Fold 5 is the new hinge. Yes, right now you have zero gap on this foldable device like its sibling, the Flip 5 as well. So highly praise Samsung for finally deal with this issue, because there's a lot of users has been asking them, hey, can you do the hinge to close the phone, make sure it's zero gap, and it's finally available here on the Fold 5. Yeah, so if you're someone that is always putting some notes, papers in your pocket along with your phone, yeah, now you don't have to worry that it will slip through on the phone itself. So that's the things I like and dislike on this Fold 5. And I need to wrap things up on this review video. It's time for my verdict. Now, with the price starts from 6,799 ringgit Malaysia, I think this device is the perfect device for someone that values a device that can perform everything that fits in the pocket properly right now. Yeah, and for me, I don't really recommend you to get this if you have the Fold 4, because the upgrades are not really that too significant, unless if you are always on the telco plan, then yeah, go ahead, go and upgrade if you want to. But yeah, it's not worth upgrading to it. But if you're someone that is planning to try out the new foldables by Samsung, this is the one you should be directly going into it. And I think you will not be disappointed when you are going to use this Fold 5 right now. Okay, so basically that's all. If you want me to give a rating, I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5. Yeah. That 1 star you're missing because you did not put a lot of updates for this device. Right? So Samsung, I wish the next iteration of the Fold series is much more than this one, okay? So that's all for the review, and a special shout out thanks to Samsung Malaysia for providing this loan sample review unit for more than a couple of weeks. Yeah, so this review is also being done after a couple of weeks of using it, and there is no cash compensation for this content. Therefore, whatever I'm saying here doesn't need final approval nor creative input by the brand itself, okay? Whatever I'm saying here is really just based off more than couple of weeks of using this device. Hopefully you take note on that, and yeah, basically that's the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 review, and I hope you guys like this kind of content. If you do like and still new to the YouTube channel, please go and subscribe and follow us on social media as well. Yeah, we are growing. Yay. And see you guys on the next content, alright? And thanks for the supports.